We did it, Hummel. We're done. Dana! Yes, I'm on it.
I'm sure you don't regret any of that. I don't regret it either. So, please remember, as thankful as you are to have met me, know that I am just as thankful to have met you. I just wanted to say that before I go.
I think the captain's encouraging you.
Thank you, Captain. I'll make you proud.
You need to have absolute confidence in your patients, not for yourself.
Confidence in my patients. It's true. In the medical field, there are no guarantees. But my doctor always kept a cool head while he treated me. Because he was confident that I would be cured one day.
One hit and I'm done for. She's using Luminous!
Come on, Dana! Try to keep up with me! Too slow, Dana!
I have to heal.
show you something special! Impressive, Dana. I guess I better take this more seriously.
You're in complete control of your saurian form. Io, could you be? No, it doesn't matter who you are. I won't lose. Now I can keep going. Now I can keep going.
You're pretty good! I'm having a lot of fun!
Moving on.
Everything you've got! With me, I'm just getting started! You're good! Change! Change! There! There! Here! Button! There! Easy! Are you ready? There! There! Not bad! Here goes! How about this? Easy! There! There! Here goes! Take how about this? Not bad! How about this? Could be bad. Here goes! Change! Here goes! Change! Take this! No! Take
Well, that actually went a lot easier than I thought it would, thanks to the level grinding and getting a shit ton of 100% heals. If I didn't have all those, it wouldn't be that easy.
I think I won, but where's Io?
Well, this sucks. You were strong enough to defeat my saurian form. You have surely overcome many hardships to stand here as the final maiden. Alright, don't be modest now. Walk forward and examine the final monolith.
Io. The final monolith. It activated. The last record was about the saint who saved people from the cataclysms of the Great Tree.
The king was bewildered. He believed the Great Tree brought blessings, where it was actually disaster incarnate. Having discovered the truth, the king found himself trapped in a downward spiral of terror. But Saint Uranus stood before the king. The Great Tree may be a disaster incarnate, but it also gave life to Eternia. What does that make the Great Tree if not the world itself? For the future of our people, we must accept this truth. great tree can never be uprooted. The White King accepted the wisdom of the saint and placed the great tree under his protection. The wall of truth in the garden, which depict the threat posed by the great tree, were sealed deep underground. As time passed, the White King grew old, and Uranus, the saint of salvation, died as he lived in total tranquility. Rain fell upon the capital for over a month, as if the sky itself was in mourning. But when a woman, a disciple of the saint, offered a prayer, the rain ceased and sunlight shined down upon the capital. She erected a temple south of the capital where she would calm the great tree, and reports of her exploits soon found their way to the king. The king approved of this, and the Eternians received the blessings of the heavens as they entered a new era of prosperity. The woman remained in Eternia and became the first maiden to devote herself to the great tree. In time, the great tree became a symbol of prosperity for the kingdom. The king decreed that the temple stood on equal footing as the palace, and thus was the kingdom of Eternia founded.
So this is the final chapter of the lost history of Eternia's founding. I never knew the real history behind the temple. People would be shaken to their cores if they found out about this. But then, who built this sanctuary? And why? There's more.
There's more? Oh.
As the people enjoy their prosperity, the threat depicted on the Wall of Truth will one day be lost to time forever. But the threat will come one day, like a bubble that must eventually burst. You maidens who have come to the sanctuary, you maidens who are my successors, you will know this truth and bear it on your soul forever. That is the true duty of all maidens, the reason for their very existence, until such a day that the final maiden arrives. This message is for all the maidens of the Great Tree, and...
Well, don't you look surprised.
Io, are you actually...
Looks like you figured it out. Yes, I am Io, the first maiden of the Great Tree. You did a wonderful job overcoming my trials, Dana.
I knew it, but why do you look like that?
This form is just a manifestation of my soul. My power is weakened over many years, which is why I look like a child now. But finally, I'm able to fulfill my duty.
Io, I mean Lady Io. What is your duty?
Lady Io, huh? I don't like formalities any more than you do, Dana. I prefer you keep calling me Io like you've been doing.
Huh? Okay.
This sanctuary is where I reveal the true history to the maidens. But when I say history, I don't just mean the past. I also mean the present and the future.
The present and the future?
Yes, for you see, this sanctuary exists to reveal the truth to every maiden of the Great Tree.
Does this mean all the past maidens knew the truth about the Great Tree?
I wouldn't lie to you. You've seen it with your own eyes, haven't you? I've been revealing the truth in this way so the wardens wouldn't notice.
I don't believe it.
Not every maiden could handle the truth either. Some of them cussed me out or accused me of being a heretic. Others just went mad from the revelation. Even so, I wanted the maidens to know the truth. But you were able to figure it out before I even told you.
Why have you been doing this?
The Great Tree of Origins will destroy Eternia. Tomorrow is never guaranteed. Someday, you won't be able to do the things you currently take for granted. The world is a cruel place. At times, it even feels like a fleeting dream. Perhaps the same could be said of people's lives. No matter who you are, everyone meets death in the end. Whether you're a highborn nothingness, consider every action a person performs in their lifetime. every decision that they make. Do you think they're meaningless? You'll have to face that day too, Dana. What will you think when it finally comes? Will you think your life was meaningless? I shouldn't have become a maiden. It wasn't worth all the suffering. I should have worn my mother's ring and kept my vision sealed away. Was I only helping people just to feel like I mattered? Or maybe you'll think to yourself, I wish I had never been born. Will you regret your life to that extent?
No. I would never think that. All my experiences are the reason I was able to connect with so many people. If even one of those events were different, I wouldn't be the person I am today. I think that's true of Eternia as well. Decisions made by you, the royals, and our ancestors, that is our inheritance. That's why we're alive right now. Even if Eternia disappears, or if I disappear, whoever succeeds us will inherit our legacy. So, even if Eternia is on the verge of extinction, I don't think my actions were meaningless.
Wow. I didn't think you'd actually have a response for me. Yes, you exist as you do now because of me. And your existence is proof that I once existed. I hoped your brand of determination would be the thread that tied all the maidens together throughout the ages.
Yo, so that's the reason you've been telling the maidens the truth about the Great Tree.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I was worried about how you'd handle the burden of being the final maiden, but I see I was worrying over nothing.
Thank you for worrying about me, though. Still, Io, even if this world seems like a fleeting dream, no matter what happens, as long as the world goes on, so do our wills. So I won't give up until I'm ready.
Wow, I'm impressed. You know far more than I expected you to. I guess you have your own answers.
Yes.
Looks like there's nothing left for me to tell you. I'll leave the rest to the younger generation. I'm getting too old for this stuff anyway.
Io, I certainly didn't expect to have this conversation with you, but thanks to you.
Thank you too. Perhaps it's irresponsible of me to say this, but go get him, Dana!
I will.
Lady Dana! Everyone accompanying us is ready. Once you're ready, we can depart.
Thank you, Rastal. Could you give me a moment? I'll leave as soon as I'm done.
Yes, my lady.
Dana, must you leave so soon?
Yes. The next cold front will be here soon. It's just the calm before the storm.
I see. I'm sorry I cannot come with you.
It's okay.
I want everyone to choose the decision that suits them best. That includes the people who have chosen to remain in the capital. Their choice is not a practical one, but I now understand why they have made it.
Olga.
Also, some people still blame you for what happened. It is best for us if I stay behind to lead them through what is to come. Everyone must walk a path of their own choosing, so they can face their final moments with pride.
I would expect nothing less from you, Olga.
What do you mean?
It's nothing. Very well, then. This is not goodbye, is it?
No. It most certainly is not.
finally happening. I finally get to meet Adol.
The truth and duty passed down to every maiden. It must have been a heavy responsibility. You must have surpassed all that to come to this era. You're just full of surprises, aren't you?
I don't know about that, but I think Io would have been surprised.
Not just her. I bet Olga and little Rastal would have been surprised too. They probably would have said, "You're just full of surprises, Dana."
I'm sure they would have been proud of you, Dana. I don't know.
Let's finish this. After seeing that, I don't know how anyone would want to stop.
Yes, I won't let the future be taken from us.
Agreed. Even a transporter has a right to deny, has a right to deny an unreasonable request.
We made it this far because of Donna's hard work. Now it's our turn to work hard. Maybe I still haven't done enough. Let's work hard together, Ricotta. Indeed! Come, Adol. Let's return to Octus.
Yeah.
Rastal. Atoll. Cecile. Radlow. Olga. Io. The world we wanted to protect is gone now. This world has definitely inherited our hope. I hope someday I can tell you all about it.
Well, inherited will. And with that, all that is left for us now is the final boss. So let's get the cutscene for the final boss and stuff out of the way, and then we will fight the final boss, and that will pretty much be it. Yes. Let's see if any cutscene happens. If it's literally just a fight, then you know I do the fight. I'm gonna use everything I have. Watch the boss have 4 health bars instead of 3. I feel like this is probably going to be easier than Io, but Io was so easy to deal with because of how many healing items I had. This gives me Cold Steel 2 final boss flashbacks.
Let's go, Adol.
Got it. Come what may, we will charge ahead undaunted.
Come what may, we will charge ahead undaunted.
I knew he was gonna say it himself.
Yeah!